Hope you've all got your party hats and streamers and whatever else. Trophies, champagne, what do you do? It's the promotion party! Hooray! Hello and welcome to part 40 of the Bolton Battle. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have our final game of the season at home. Yes, at home against Telford, and then we're going to have a look back on what has undoubtedly been the best season I've ever had in Football Manager 2016. It's been quite a good one. To show you how good it's been, I want to start off in an unusual manager and showing you an unusual manner, show you the board confidence. I mean, look how close we are to that being full. I've never filled this up completely. We're at, what did it say there, 96%? 96% job security. I've never been that high, even when we were winning the Champions League with Manchester City. It's just insane. I don't understand how we get it any fuller. We started as a bottom half Conference North team 5 years ago, so we've just absolutely run rampant over League 2 5 years later. So you'd think that'd make us 100% secure, but apparently not. And it's probably because we don't have any club philosophies, so we can't fill that bar up. Squad harmony can do one, you know, when we've won as many games as we have. This is how it's been going since you were last with me. We did have a little bit of a sticky patch off the back of that last episode where we didn't win the 3 games. We had a draw against Port Vale and then another draw against Birmingham and lost for Oxford. But since then, we've been back to the Bolton we all know and love, scoring goals, winning matches, rotating the team a little bit to have a look at some players who may or may not be sticking around next year. You can see Yakubu Obi got a goal against Torquay in probably one of only 2 or 3 games he's played this season, and in that last game all 3 of them scored. We had goals from Joe Shaw, Ross Ainley and Russell Bye, and that is the goal of today's episode. We want one of these guys to finish as the top goal scorer in League 2. If we have a look at the League 2 situation at the moment, as you can see, we have just run away with it. We've smashed 100 points and 100 goals. If we have a look on this is the one where we'll see that, won't we? So with a game to go, we've got 106 points and we've scored 111 goals. We really shouldn't have conceded as many goals as we have, but you know what? Who cares? Our goal difference is 67. So if we concede a goal a game to do that, does it really matter? We have the top 3 players in the league for average rating, Tom White, John Durant and Lee Martin. Worryingly, the top 2 are both on loan, which is going to be one of the challenges for next season. We'll look at a little later on in the episode. And our wing-backs have got 55 assists between them, 30 for Alonso, 25 for White. But again, they're both here on loan. So it's not going to be a case of just running straight through League 1 next year. It's going to be a challenging summer and one in which we need to either bring back these loan players for another year or find replacements that are going to be able to perform the way these guys have this year, which is going to be no mean feat. But if we have a look at I always go there, but it's here that I want. The top goal scorer one is the one that we're all interested in, obviously. And we've got the 3 of them, the 3 big guys, are in joint 5th place. Ross Ainley, Joe Shaw, Russell Bye, joint 5th, all on 21 goals. But 5th isn't a disaster because joint 1st, there's 4 players all on 22 goals. So the 3 of them are only 1 goal behind being joint 1st. Obviously, if any of them can get a couple of goals, maybe a hat-trick, we've got a good chance of securing a top goal scorer position. Wouldn't it be fun if all 3 of them got 2 goals and the 3 of them finished standalone as joint top scorers in the division? I mean, that's the fantasy. That's ridiculous. That's not going to happen. If it does happen now, I'm probably going to have to delete the video and re-record because no one will believe that that's real. Hang about average ratings. We've got the top 4. I didn't realise Alonso was in there as well. We have the top 4 players in the division, and Joe Shaw is there in 8th as well. We're going to do a proper review of all this stuff at the end of the episode so you can see all that. But I mean, we've got players all over this. This is awesome. So, the team that we're going to be playing today. I'm only playing one of them. My money's on Ross Ainley. Joe Shaw is on the bench. Russell Bye is on the bench. They'll both come on if need be. But, in fact, what am I thinking? Pennick deserves to play, but we've got to have 2 of them on, haven't we? We've got to have Shaw and Ainley on. And we're going to have Russell Bye sat there on the bench He's going to come on at half-time if either of these two haven't scored. Because he needs a fair crack at it as well. John Durant is in the team today. He has been struggling with injuries, not played for a little while. He had been ever present up to that point and incredibly important. We're bringing him in today because we're at home. It's the last game of the season. It's a promotion party. He's been a key part of that, and it might well be his last game for the club because I don't know how good Southampton are. I don't even know what division Southampton are in. Premier League? Are they still in the Premier League? I mean, if they're... Okay, we might get him on loan again next year because they're a mid-table Premier League side, so that would be promising if we can do that. Rest of the team, we've got Barrett in goal. What a signing he's been. Ignore his average rating. He's been superb. A back three of Mr. Beige. Wesley, potentially in his last game for the club. He's on loan from Bournemouth, another Premier League club, I think. Let's have a look. They could get relegated, though. Let's have a look. I mean, there's a chance they could get relegated, and if they do drop down to the Championship, they might want him. So, bit of a question mark over him. At wing-backs, we've got Booth, because Tom White picked up an injury. That's why he's not going assist for assist with Alonso anymore, because he picked up an injury. Where is it? Why have I got every... Oh, it's because we had the youth intake in. Nothing of note in there, which is why I'm not showing you. Tom White sprained his ankle and he's been out for a little while. So Alonso has already got top assist maker wrapped up and gets another go at it today. Again, it might be his last game for the club. He's on loan from Huddersfield. And Huddersfield, I think, are going to be still in the Championship next season. Oh, actually, they got up to the Premier League. Goodness me. So they're dropping back down to the Championship because it's going to be either them or Bournemouth going down. I think they're the only two. Yeah, so either way, we'll get one of those players back on loan, hopefully. But he's obviously been here for a season and a half now and has been excellent. We'd love to keep him. I mean, look at that. That's Lazarov territory. 30 assists in 38 games. He's just insane. And then in midfield, the familiar midfield of Martin Durant and John Jones, and then Shaw and Ainley up front. And they've both. I've had a talk with them both. I've explained to them, although they're both going for top goal scorer, they don't just get to stay on for the 90 minutes regardless. Russell Bailly is coming on. Now there's a chance he might come on for John Jones. We've done that a couple of times recently when they both scored in the last game. All three of them were on the pitch at the same time, so we might well do that. But if either of the front two are not playing very well, we'll drag them off and bring Russell Bailly and give him the opportunity. Of course, we're talking as if we're just going to beat Telford. After all this, it's probably going to be an anticlimactic 0-0, or we'll lose 1-0 or something silly like that. We won't finish with a top goal scorer, and all that build-up will have been for nothing. But, you know, we all like a fairy tale. Let's have one of these guys go and get a hat-trick. There you go. There's the goal. There's the 1-0. Oh, goodness sake. I mean, I've been excited about the prospect of this for 24 hours. Since, I mean, you lot have had to wait a day. I've waited a day as well. I want to play along with you. Yes, I'm a day ahead of you. But I wanted to play along. I wanted to enjoy the suspense. I could have just played this last night. But I thought, no. Let's, well, I also had to play all the games in between. But, you know, let's put some story in there. I thought, no, I'll find out when they find out, albeit 24 hours before you lot are on a time delay. But now none of them are going to score, are they? Is there a way to get a live top goal scorers chart up? I doubt there is, because who really cares about that? Unless you're in this ridiculous situation that we've found ourselves in. No one is really going to care. But I care. I'd like that. But there you go. Shall we absolutely tear them apart at half-time? Henry Ellison, do your thing. There you go, assertive. See, he can do assertive. You don't get an assistant manager who's willing to do that very often. Hold on, we haven't brought Russell Bailly on. All that talk, he's coming on for Joe Shaw. Oh, but Joe Shaw's most likely to score. Right, Durant's not fit. There you go. He got his clap at half-time. Round of applause. Bye-bye, all that. There you go, let's do this. I mean, this is just silly. I know it's silly, but we've already won the league, and we want the three of them to have a chance. I might bring Danny Swift on and play him in there, just to pad the midfield out a little bit. Is that getting too silly? We could give Wesley a departing round of applause as well. Let's do that. We've done this. I mean, this is a system we've used a couple of times as well. It's a damn silly system, but, you know, just stops the midfield being a little bit too empty. And obviously invites Telford to come and get a load of goals against us, because that's what we all want to see, isn't it? So, let's see if these three together... I did drop John Jones back into midfield, didn't I? Good. Just making sure I hadn't done anything really stupid. I might just make him a playmaker still. And do that. Because we've got Swift to drop in behind him. If we make Swift on support, he can slot in there and he can sort of push up. I mean, attack, attack, attack. It's the Bolton way. We're all familiar with it. Right, we want goals in this second half. So, Russell Bye out on the wing. To Booth, to John Jones, to Martin, out to Booth. Get the cross in, young man. The cross does come in, but bounces back out to John Jones, who can't win it back. Smith, there you go, defensive midfielders. Booth again, cross comes in. I mean, the three of them are just throwing themselves at it. They all want goals. Alonso, over to Bye, doesn't get there, but Booth with the chance to cross. Now, Shaw hits the crossbar. He could have gone into the top goal scorer position there, but doesn't. Ainley, back out to Ainley again. Ainley, get out, get in off the wing. I just want to play the three of them on top of each other in the middle. We don't want them drifting wide like that. It's just a waste. Right, hold on. Tactical changes. Ross Ainley would rather be advanced forward. You have your wish, sir. There we go. Should we bring Wayne Pennock on in a minute as well? And just, well, he's still got a chance. If he gets 5 goals, he's in the mix. And he was all set to start today. He's thinking, what's going on here? Right. Who do we bring him on for? I want Pennock on the pitch. Should we bring him on for... We'll bring him on for... We can't take Lee Martin off. He's been the captain. We'll bring him on for John Jones. And we'll just do this. Make him a shadow striker. Get up there, young man. There you go. Look at that. There's a formation for you. Somehow we're accomplished at it. This formation's not a thing. How can anyone be accomplished at this? How can we not score goals? Do we just need to lump the ball forward? We've got 4 strikers on the pitch. Let's do that. Just get the ball forward. And here you go. We're having to defend. And we've got no defenders left on the pitch. Right. Get the tackle in. Somebody get the ball forward to all those strikers that we've got up there. Right. Just lump it forward. Look at all the strikers. Would somebody look at the strikers? I've blown this a little bit by being silly, haven't I? Oh well. I said 1-0 defeat or a 0-0. And here you go. Here's your last day of the season, 1-0 defeat. What an incredible anticlimax. Right, Bye, crosses in. Joe Shaw could have scored. He doesn't. And there you go. We've just absolutely ballsed up the last day of the season. We've still won the league by an absolute mile, but didn't manage to pick up the top goal scorer, which is truly devastating. Right, let's have a look to see what we can see. Yes, we missed our chances. Oh, Posh avoided relegation. I was linked with the Posh job. So tempted. No, I won't. I'll stay at Bolton. So, let's have a little look at how the season's ended. Finance-wise, that is a problem. Hopefully, we're going to get a big sack of cash for getting promoted. And we'll have an increase in attendances next season. Because we don't want to be falling deeper and deeper into debt. Is there a way to have a look? What I want to see... Stats, there we go. I want to see wage budgets, which someone is asked to see, and I want to see attendances, but I don't see how we see any of that stuff. Team overview, is it going to be in there, do we think? Here we go. This is what we're after. So, is this what we're after? How do we see... You lot are all screaming at me now because you all know how to do it probably. Team detailed. This might be the one. This might be it. Here we go. We can't even scroll. Average, here we go, attendances. So, attendances were second behind Birmingham. So we've got had an average attendance this year of nearly 12,000, which has pretty much doubled since we were in Conference North. So hopefully that's going to increase again. I doubt there's a way to see this historically, to see what they were getting last time they were in League One. But hopefully that'll increase a little bit. We'll sell a few more season tickets. That will go some way towards sorting out the problem. Salaries, let's have a look at that. So, as expected, we are spending more on salaries than any other club in the division. I assumed that was the case. We're still well below our salary budget, but that's how we've got better players than everybody. Because I don't know why Birmingham aren't spending. I mean, I suppose they're still spending quite a lot. What does spend mean? Net transfer spend. Okay, so we haven't spent any money. Does that mean that that's transfer income, is it? So they've spent money on transfers. We're actually running at a profit on transfers. Okay, I understand. So that's where it is on wage budgets. And I mean, look, poor old Canvey Island down the bottom. spending less than half what we spent. That's why we've absolutely battered them. Net transfer spend, we're mid-table-ish for that. Lowest attendance is obviously going to be Canvey Island. We got the highest attendance of the season, which was, I think that was against Birmingham. We played Birmingham at home just after we won the title. So they had that big, everyone's along, and I think we were probably presented with the trophy that day, which was good because they brought about 3,000 fans with them as well. What else have we got on here? There you go, with the dirtiest team in the division. Whatever, who cares? Canvey Island as well, let they get their tackles in. Clean sheets, we could have done a little bit better on that maybe. Our big rivals Wigan, good at free kicks. There's not been a goal from a direct free kick. Oh no, there has. Okay. Not many though. We conceded fewer goals than everybody else. Dribbles per game, we don't dribble, do we? We just sort of lump it out wide and then cross it in. There you go. No dribbling here. Not interested in all that. That's too fancy for us. Shots on target. There you go. We're top for that one. Shots on target ratio, third. That'll do. Passing. Do we ever do any passing? Nah, passing's too fancy for us as well. We'll have no passing and dribbling here at Bolton. We just whack it out to the wingers and they whip crosses in. If there's one on here for crossing, we'll be high on that. Look, pass completion. This is why we don't pass. We're not very good at it. Goals from indirect free kicks, because we're good at crossing. There you go. That's why we've got 6 of them. Goals from direct free kicks. I think that was a Wayne Pennock beauty, if I remember it rightly. Goals from corners. Obviously, big, ugly lumps like us are going to be high up for that. And what do you know? Crosses completed. There we are. By about 100 crosses as well. What's CR percentage? Cross completion ratio. We don't complete a lot of crosses, do we? We just throw so many in. What does that mean? We've scored 111 goals from crosses. Have we even scored a... What? Hold on. How many goals have we scored? That can't mean every goal we've scored has come from a cross. Surely. No, it can't do. That must just mean total number of goals. Okay, I've calmed down. We're not... I mean, whoever said we're exploiting the easy bits of Football Manager 16, eh? Oh, God. Any other interesting records that we had on here? I can't remember where we got to. So cross completion ratio, not too bad. Goals, boom, there you go. Minutes, yeah, games without scoring. Oh, this is just the current records as they're going on at the moment, aren't they? That's not particularly interesting. There you go. There's our form, top of the form league. Yellow cards, red cards. Headers won. I would have expected us to be quite high up on that. There you go. We're not just big ugly brutes, but the actual number of headers won, lots of them. Just seem to compete for more headers because we're constantly chucking the ball up into the air. And possession, again, we don't worry about dribbling or passing or possession or any of that. It's just lump crosses in. Big strikers score lots of goals. That's all it's about. So if we have a look at our team stats as well. Everybody's on, yep. We'll just clear the team selection. How do you do that? Clear entire team selection to get that out of the way. Did we have any ever-present players? Not really. Jordan Barrett and John Durant played more games than anybody else. That's not the one we're interested in, though, is it? We want to know about goals. So there you go. Russell Bye, top goal scorer overall. In all competitions, 24 goals in 24 appearances. He has scored at a goal a game this season. I don't understand, looking at that, what is so special about him. He's only a 2.5-star player. He's almost certainly not going to be good enough for League One. But for the 2 years that we've had him, he has scored at an incredible rate. I mean, look, he's 26 years old now? 26 years old. He's never had a spell at a club like this before. He's struggled to break into the team at Torquay in League 2. 3 or 4. He was in his early 20s then. It's not as if he was a teenager. Went to Luton in League 2. Struggled to establish himself. Wasn't really starting games. Comes to us. Boom. 26 goals in 32 games. Boom. 21 goals in 38 games. Most of them from the bench, though, remember. He only started 20 games all season and got 21 goals. That's not a bad return from Russell Bye. Thank you very much, sir. Joe Shaw. 21 goals from 26 appearances. I was excited. I only signed him because I previously paid £1 million for him when I was at Ipswich and he never played a game for us. And here we are, 14 seasons on. wheels up at Bolton and has the best season of his career. I mean, look, we can sort this any way you like. We'll sort it by average rate. Oh, we can't sort it. We can pretend to be sorting it any way we like. But look, he's never had a season where he's averaged over a 7 before. He's averaged nearly 7.5. He's never had that many man of the match awards before. Okay, he had one season for Portsmouth where he got more assists. But who cares? Because he scored twice as many goals for us. He's just been a very important cog in the machine. Again, unlikely to improve in the future. 3-star ability. Leading player for most League Two sides. He'll have a job to do for us next season. He is 31 though. Probably more likely to be in and around the squad next year than Russell Bye is. And then Ross Ainley, 28 years old, 3.5-star potential, officially the pick of the bunch. And looking at the stats, you can see why. He's the one who makes the most sense. He's quick. He's a good finisher. He's got good composure. He works reasonably hard. Good off the ball. I mean, he looks like he should be a good striker. Oh, because I had to reset my match stats and stuff. Look, got all this fancy metric nonsense on. I don't know how tall he is. Hold on, that's 6'3", maybe? Is that right? I'm 182 centimetres, which is apparently 6'2". So he's 6'3" and that quick. You can see why he's been in the goals. 28 years old. Again, it's his best season of his career. I mean, he scored more goals for Swindon that year, but played 10 more games. He's a proven League Two goal scorer, and he's come in, done it again. 21 goals from 29 starts. Actual average rating wise, better than he's ever done before. I don't know how he had a 22 goal season, average less than a 7, but he's done all right this year, hasn't he? So he's going to definitely be a part of the team next year. Martin Tomic is an exciting one. You may remember him from right at the start of the season where he scored a goal for us early on. 21-year-old Austrian who we signed on a free transfer from Leeds. He scored a couple of goals for us, and then we brought Ainley and Shaw and Pennock in because I panicked. So we let him go out on loan to Burton, and he's got 17 goals from 25 games for Burton in the Conference National. So he's going to be coming in and being part of our squad next year. 2.5-star current ability, which, remember, that's Russell Bye quality. The assistant manager reckons he's better than Russell Bye, but 5-star potential. So he's got the potential to stay with us up into the Championship, which will be awesome. Wayne Pennock, another one, lots of goals, 17 from 24 starts. We signed him as a midfielder. He never really played there. I mean, look at the stats. He looks like a striker, doesn't he? That's why he's playing as a striker. Only 25, definitely going to have a part to play for us in the future. 3.5-star current and potential ability. Came in on a free transfer from Gillingham. He'd never played as low as League Two before. He'd been at Chelsea as a youngster, then went to Gillingham. I guess that's lots of substitute appearances. Yeah, never really had a run starting anywhere before. Comes in for us, gets 17 goals in 22 starts. He's going to be part of the squad next year, without a doubt. And I'm feeling it might even be an Ainley and Pennock front two to start next year, and we'll work from there. And then you've got the likes of John Jones, John Durant, Aidan Grant. Remember, he's still around. He had a long injury. I mean, he's done now. We won't see any more from him, but he was a useful player for a season. Scored a few goals for us last year. And then if we sort by the big one, by average ratings, we'll ignore Yakubu Obi with his 7.8 off one goal in one game from left back. I mean, it's James Maloney, wing back quality. Goal a game fullbacks, you don't get a lot of them. Yakubu Obi goes on the goal a game fullback Hall of Fame. I might get a wall chart for goal a game fullbacks. Let me know if you remember any more. We've got James Maloney. We've now got Yakubu Obi. Tom White was superb. I mean, if we can get this lad on loan again next year, I'm going to be a happy bunny. He's on loan from Manchester United, so hopefully they're not going to want him. We're now going to be a League One club. So providing there's no Championship teams who are coming in and saying he's going to play every week, we're surely the best bet for his development again. Already 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. I don't know when his United contract expires. It expires this summer. That might be a problem. Because if they don't offer him a new contract, we won't be able to get him on loan. We won't be able to sign him permanently because he's too good for us. There'll be Championship clubs trying to sign him. So that might be a bit of a problem. We'll obviously try, but we tried it with Quinn last year or the year before. I can't remember when he was at the club. And he was released by Sheffield United, I think it was, and just wouldn't even enter talks with us because we weren't a big enough club. So that'd be a real shame if he ends up somewhere else. Lee Martin has been superb. He's probably the longest serving sort of active first team regular now. He's done 4 full seasons with us. He's the most expensive player I've bought, I think. in my time at Bolton for 30,000. That's more than next season's transfer budget, to put that into context. And we bought him just as we got promoted from the Conference from the Conference North, because he played really well for us against us in the playoffs from Macclesfield. And he just gets better and better each year. I mean, look, bear in mind we're moving up the leagues as this happens as well. Look at those average ratings increasing. To do a 7.6 as captain as well. He's still reasonably young. What is he, 25 now? Yes, he's only a 2.5-star player and not likely to get any better, but we've got to keep him in and around the squad next year just for his experience and leadership and the fact he's played like 150 games for us now. Ross Ainley is high up there, as you'd expect. Alonso as well. And then all the strikers appear. Glenn Jennings, look, see, I don't think the Glenn Jennings story is over. He's still only 23, 3.5-star potential, especially if we can't get Alonso again next year. Glenn Jennings is a good wing back who I think, there you go, look, potential to be a leading League One right back. So he'll be around. Don't you worry about that. And there could be an argument for deliberately not bringing Alonso back to give Jennings a proper run in the team. He's been very patient this year. Will he be patient for another year of being back up to a Spanish teenager? And there you go. That's about it. I don't think there's anything else that you would want me. If there is anything else you'd want to know, let me know in the comments. I'll endeavour to include them in future videos. And then I'll be back tomorrow with transfer news and the start of our League One campaign. So if you've enjoyed that episode, if you're enjoying the series so far, if you just want to say well done for promotion, the best way to do all of that stuff is to pop a like down there for me. Let's make sure this is one of those videos where we get to over 100 likes, because we've a promotion party, 100 likes, that's what you have to do. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.